Hi students, we're going to do a little review of some angle basics, as in the basics of angles. All of this is stuff you're probably somewhat familiar with, but let's just go through it and make sure we really know it. So the first thing I want you to know that angles have three basic classifications. This will be familiar to you. The basic classifications are right angles, which are 90-degree angles, looking like the corner of a piece of paper, 90 degrees, like that. But of course, we're used to seeing it like this or like this, and the little x means that it's a 90-degree angle. Mine is a little off, but without even measuring it, I know that whoever's making this information is saying that is a 90-degree angle. Again, this one's a little off. What we're less used to is seeing them like up on their edge or backwards. But if it's got the little box, it means it is a right angle. So that's exactly 90 degrees. Exactly. Likewise, or next, is an acute angle. And I always do the little bunny ears, a cute little bunny, a cute little angle because it's a small amount. So an acute angle is going to be greater than 0 degrees but less than 90 degrees. So between 0 and 90 degrees is an acute angle. So little small angles like this. And likewise an obtuse, or not likewise, but in contrast, an obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees, so between 90 and 180 degrees. I always used to be a little confused, well, what if it nowadays, when I was a kid, they never would show an angle like this, but nowadays they show that. I come to understand an angle like this to be called a circumflex angle going beyond 180 degrees, but I don't know how much we need to get into that at this moment. What we do need to go into, and I really want you to understand, is this. So the acute, right, obtuse, that's kind of 101. You guys are all going to know that, be somewhat familiar with that, and it's going to make some sense. Let me flip this so I don't scratch it. But what I really want you to understand more about angles is that angles are really related to circles, and here is how. Okay, there's my circle, there's my center point, here's my circle. So really, a circle, now this is convention. Somebody out there decided that a full circle is worth 360 degrees. And as I'm sure you've noticed, anytime you see that little tiny circle in the upper right, it's just a symbol, and the word you say is degrees. That's the word that comes out of your mouth when you see that little symbol, 360 degrees. So all our angles are actually related to that 360 degrees. So a straight line basically represents half of a circle, meaning if you started here and you went all the way around halfway across, you'd end up with a straight line, which is half of a circle. Half of 360 degrees, well, half of 36 is 18, so half of 360 degrees is 180 degrees. So a straight line, which is effectively a half of a circle, or a half turn around a circle, is 180 degrees. If we continued and we divided that circle up into fourths, now if we started here and we traveled a fourth of the way around the circle, that's 1/4 of the degrees, 1/4 of the circle. So half of a straight line is a fourth, and that would be 90 degrees. So we'll say a 1/4 of the circle, or of a full turn around the circle, would be 90 degrees. So that right angle is 90 degrees. And if we divided it even further, we did that in half. This little angle right here would be half of the 90, so it would be 45 degrees. So really what I want you guys to understand is that that's what angles mean. Is there what portion of a circle? How much did you rotate around that center point? So 45 degrees is just a little bit. 90 degrees is a quarter of the way around. 180, that straight line, is half. You could continue, and you actually, if you didn't have a compass, I hope you guys all have a, excuse me, not a compass. Compass is what you use to draw a circle. Protractor is the tool to measure angles. But even if you didn't have a protractor, you could make like a basic one just by using a circle and doing some basic calculations to figure out how much of the circle are you rotating around. So students, that's what I want you to understand about angles, is that this is what they're kind of based on so that you can make accurate estimations. And estimations have a lot of power in math.